Hello everyone, we are from Group 9B and we would like to present to you about naphthalene or mothballs.
Let's have a look. What is naphthalene toxicity? It occurs when naphthalene is ingested. Naphthalene was introduced in 1841 by Rosebeck as an antiseptic to counteract typhoid fever. Although naphthalene was widely used industrially, only 9 cases of poisoning have been reported since 1947. Until the late 1950s, coal tar was the principal source of naphthalene. From 1981 to 1983, the U.S. National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health found over 100,000 workers were potentially exposed to toxic levels of naphthalene working primarily for major industrial and agricultural businesses. This exposure of naphthalene may often be a result of oral ingestion, inhalation, or through prolonged skin exposure. The characteristics of naphthalene as follows. This is the chemical structure of naphthalene. The chemical formula of naphthalene is C10H8. The synonyms for naphthalene are camphor tar, white tar, or mothballs because the mothballs are made up of naphthalene. Naphthalene appears as white crystalline volatile solid with a strong coal tar odor. The solid is denser than water and insoluble in water. It burns. It has high melting and boiling point, but may be difficult to ignite. In the molten form, it is very hot. Exposure to skin must be avoided. Also, the vapors given off by the material may be toxic, used as a moth repellent, fumigant, lubricants, and to make other chemicals and for many other uses.
Mechanism of toxicity of naphthalene. When ingested, naphthalene causes oxidative stress by enhancing the production of free oxygen radicals. This will result in lipid peroxidation and DNA damage to cells. The oxidative stresses produced by naphthalene transforms hemoglobin into methemoglobin, a form of hemoglobin that does not bind to oxygen. Over time, more and more hemoglobin are converted to methemoglobin. This condition is called methemoglobinemia. Thus, there are less red blood cells that can carry oxygen. The body's oxygen saturation levels will be reduced and this leads to hypoxia. Naphthalene is especially dangerous to individuals with G6PD deficiency as it is responsible for providing resistance to oxidative stresses for the cells. Individuals with G6PD deficiency may experience hemolytic anemia. If treatment is not provided quickly, it can be fatal. As shown in the figure, G6PD is responsible for maintaining the glutathione storage in the body. It is responsible for protecting the hemoglobin of red blood cells against the free oxygen radicals. Without G6PD, naphthalene can cause methemoglobinemia and hemolysis. Clinical manifestations. The clinical manifestations of naphthalene ingestion are dark brown urine, non-bloody bilious vomiting, nausea, and painless watery diarrhea. The urine is dark brown because the patient is having hemoglobinuria. Bilious vomiting is green because it contains bile. The picture shows the urine color of a patient with G6PD deficiency that ingested naphthalene. Leftmost is the initial color before the treatment. Over time, the color of the urine became lighter, indicating that the patient is having less and less hemoglobinuria.
The management of naphthalene toxicity, there are 2 types, which is specific treatment and also supportive treatment. Under specific treatment, we have 2, which is it includes methylene blue and another one is exchange transfusion. Methylene blue increases the rate of conversion of methemoglobin to hemoglobin. How does this happen? It happens by accepting an electron with the presence of nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate, which is NADPH, and methemoglobin reductase, in order to form leukomethylene blue, which it is then the electron is donated to reduce methemoglobin to hemoglobin. In the other hand, for the exchange transfusion, it is the treatment of choice for patients with the deficiency of G6PD, as methylene blue itself may induce hemolysis and cause paradoxical methemoglobinemia in these patients. And acetylcysteine may be used in the treatment of methemoglobinemia as a reducing agent, especially in patients with G6PD deficiency. For the supportive treatment, it is to maintain the airway, breathing and circulation, which may include endotracheal intubation, mechanical ventilation, and the use of inotropes. As we know, the tracheal intubation is usually referred to intubation, where a placement of flexible plastic tube into the trachea to maintain an open airway in order to serve as a conduit, which is also helps in breathing and also to serve any fluid or food. The mechanical ventilation is a treatment to help a person breathe when they find it difficult or unable to breathe on their own. These type of mechanical ventilators pushes airflow into the patient's lungs to help them to breathe. An inotrope is an agent that alters the force or the energy of muscular contraction. It is mainly used to alter the contraction of the heart.
Thanks for watching and have a good day.